Yours is good, Lauren.
It's my fantasy caption production, so it's probably everywhere. Okay. Good. You got it. Good. Comments first.
Carolyn, I felt like you were with me the whole time. Like every time I looked up, you were looking right at me, and I think those are the times when I, wanted to see what you were doing, and you were always with me, and I really thought that was great. And I thought that your face was making a good connection with me as well with the text. So.
Good. Other? Thank you. Good. Other ideas, comments?
I also thought like your breath cues were really good. Like I felt like very natural, and I could like breathe through like with you, and it felt very fluid.
Rachel?
Yeah, it was very well prepared. I just wanted more here, but it was very. I felt safe with you.
Yeah, I think I agree with Rachel. I thought that the technical issues were good.
Okay.
So it's just way more expression.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anthony, any comments?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought that you noticed that you were a little out a little bit.
Yeah, and my hands also just like
But I thought it was definitely like more controlled than last time.
Okay.
There were just a couple spots where I wanted you with the basses, especially on page 7, the Rallentando into stars. I feel like I wanted you there because like I'm with the tenors there. So, but I thought that was great.
Yeah, again, you all make sure that you're sort of, one of the markings that I use when I'm, another sort of score marking that I use, it's for conductors, not necessarily for anybody else, but so say that, the tenors, I have a cue for the tenors, I just bracket it in my score so that, my visually, because, you are thinking of a lot of different things as a leader of an ensemble. And you want to get from the thinking mode to the creating mode, right? And so cues like this help you. And if you don't need them, you don't need them. But if you're busy in a concert and everything is going great, and you just need a reminder, it's there for you if you need that. It's more of a practice thing before you meet the ensemble than anything else. So I would just do that. You can do the same thing for soprano. If I have, like Anthony was just talking about, that little bass and tenor movement there, I might just bracket those together so that my eyes are taken there, so my ears then begin to connect. It's all about, going from the eyes to the ears, to the inner sort of musician right there, okay? Okay. Let's do it again, Caroline, and then I want to talk about, a couple of things. I may stop you here and there as we go. I did feel like you were following a little bit more at times than leading. I think part of that is, again, sort of as I was telling Anthony, even in very legato, you still got to feel, sort of a press down so that we feel that it just, because you're kind of just doing that, like moving, it's still got to feel that connection. So it feels a little sticky. I always tell students, touch, 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 so that we're clear about where the ictus is. Okay?
Okay.
And again, this is all predicated on people actually looking. But we still have to do what we do, right? Okay. So when they look, it's a good thing. Okay. All right. Here we go from the beginning again. Beats are looking a little bit the same.
Okay.
So in measure 5, for instance, so shadows. If you then take your attention away from this hand and move it to the cueing hand, the left hand, because you went 1, 2, kind.
Mm-hmm.
That's not as clear as 1, kind. So that they're not having to watch two different things at the same time. They can actually cue in on what you're doing, okay?
So you kind of like almost eliminate the 2 in that?
Yeah, because your next big event, right? And you're highlighting structure. The whole idea of doing these sort of maps that I'm showing you is to highlight structure in a composition. So your next big event is the next 5 measures, right?
Yeah.
And that starts with the anacrusis to the soprano moving into the next measure.
Okay.
So that's your event. So you're trying to highlight that through what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay, make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try that once again. What is the purpose of the piano in the first measure? I like what you're doing. I wonder energetically if we have the... What's the energy in that? Do you think about these things? I stay up at night. Yeah, it's that it's starting. It's harp. It sounds like a harp, and something heavenly. So you're getting a vision of the heavens, and then he starts walking, right? And then he begins. This is soliloquy. He begins to contemplate the beauty of this night. Okay, think about why a composer might have put something, that way to create that effect. That'll change the way that you express it in your conducting. And if you're doing this as a soloist, the way that you sing it. Okay, let's try it. Here we go. Acknowledge the tenor entrance. We're not going to go back through this at 6. This duet is really happening between the two voices. Don't forget, and here's again where you might want to use that little bracket with the T or whatever to call your eyes to it. Okay. Let's continue. Right at measure 10.
Okay.
I get the sense of your taking time at the top of the page, which is really good. And same thing here. She did beautifully. Did you see how much clearer that was? When she cued the sopranos in measure 5. Same concept here.
Okay.
Same concept here. Here we go. Measure 10. Okay, try again.
That was good. Can I go back to measure 9 or something and get into it more?
Sure. Side the ground.
Yeah.
Good. don't look down at that point.
Okay.
And it's these places in the music when you go bum 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 bum. We need you to be absolutely so that we can sense and we know for a matter of fact from your body energy. Conductors conduct energy, right? If you think of a conductor, it manipulates and pulls and uses energy. The same thing here. Yum bum bum bum.
Yeah.
Yum bum. Go with me. Ta-dum. Then you can sense that, right? Okay. It's all the eyes. Windows to the soul. They always say, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for measure 9 again.
Yes, side of the you need to be with the tenor in measure 13, and you need to breathe with and for Anthony and his bass brethren in 14.
Okay, so both of like that, those two and the alto breathe as if
Yeah,
it was
sopranos
like
are going to
the-
be just fine.
Okay.
Because in the choral arrangement, I mean, it's really the tenors that begin the sequence that is and. How beautiful that is?
Mm-hmm.
But you can make sure you hear those inner parts.
Yeah.
Now the solo is just all about the soprano, but when you have a whole section of them, many of whom have either heard this or sung it, they're going to be just fine on that G, right? Okay. So let's begin. How about measure? Let's do measure 9 again. Let's just get you. That was good. Again, I feel like you're you're listening, good,
Yeah.
like that, but I think you're listening and not allowing that to translate into your hands. I think you're allowing it to happen, which is good, but I'd like to see a little bit more leadership right there. Can we begin right on measure 15? All is have, all is. It
Okay.
happens to happen right on the beat there. Okay? So measure 15. Okay. What's your vowel here?
All.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Ah. She's consistently breathing an oo vowel.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So make sure you're shaping the vowel that is about to occur. That's really easy. We're not going to add that. Maybe give the sopranos a little support here.
Okay.
They're feeling a little exposed here.
I'm sorry, what didn't you feel on 18?
I thought you went 1 and 2 and 3 and instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and showed the intensity of that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Right on measure 15 is
Sound
that?
good?
16? 13, 17. Yeah. Okay. Bottom of page 4. Yeah. That one. Here we go. 2 and 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
I'll let you start. Good. Make sure you breathe on 3 because you're going to have a lift there, right, for the soprano, for the tenors and basses especially. So
Yeah.
hold and is. Basses won't breathe, but the tenors do. Hold, sure. Try right there.
Okay.
Good, let's do the last 6 measures. Yeah, and the other thing, just everybody, at the top of page 7, this is, we talked about this piece, it's 34 measures or whatever. It's relatively simple, but how much there is to pull out of it that makes it stunning or not. It can be pretty. It's just a beautiful piece of music. But there's a difference between, pretty and just stunning performances of these pieces. Because people know them, they think that they know how it sort of works, but it's so different here because there are added layers, right? Right on 6, so 6 before the end.
29.
Just on stars. That's 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, okay, so
5.
30.
It's right there, sorry. Now, are you wanting to give them the release on the downbeat of the Z of stars?
I wasn't planning on it. I can?
You don't have to. I was just not clear.
No, I wasn't going to.
Okay, perfect.
I just wanted to like be with them until the end.
Let's try that again. Okay, energy, we talked about the energy of the piano, which begins the piece and ends the piece, right? What is the energy on the last little dyad there? How would you like for me to play that? Because what I'm getting right now, Caroline, is... Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to cue it. I just don't know.
Well, I think you know how to cue it.
Mhm.
I think it's the energy with which you're cueing it that I'm sort of taking you, because you're just going sort of, okay, play it, play, we're done, instead of like, what is the color of that last bit? Can you try the last 3 measures?
Yeah.
And think about how you want this energetically to end, and how you might cue the pianist in that situation. Yeah, everybody do that. Would you? Everybody conduct this, and would you? So what I'm trying to get at is you're giving me a little bit of this instead of gently,
Okay.
because we want to end it with expression, even to the last bit of music sound. So, and you look at the pianist. That's what I'm going to go for. Your cueing is not the problem, it's just the energy with which you are sort of cueing that last bit.
Okay.
So let's all try that together. Last 3 measures. And I'll count you in, and 1. 1, and 2, and 3, and now cue. Yeah, everything has energy and expression to it. Don't think because you get to the end of the piece it's like bum. Okay, go. But yum. Ta. This is the closure. It's just like it's a sigh, right? I always kind of try to assign energies to stuff, especially if it doesn't have any text to it, so that I can try to understand what the composer's going for.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, this sounds like the final at the end, right? Which is beautiful if you think about it. Good, Caroline.
Okay.
Some really excellent things. Any other comments? I thought your conducting was very clear. Just some thinking about some of these things that don't have text, and also thinking about cueing a little bit more and being clear. I liked what you did. In measure 5, for instance, and then you carry that over the next time it happens to the mezzo
Yeah.
forte, and it works very well.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Good, good. All right, excellent.
That's okay. I'll tell you after, yeah.
Lauren.